EGM Network.
Welcome back to Classic Car Radio. I'm Keith McDonald. I'm here with Mike Carano, Steve Charbonneau, and Todd Byron. And I just want to do a shout out for Joy Reid and Jim Acosta and Don Lemon. Those poor people, they don't have jobs anymore. And don't you just feel horrible for them?
They got doged.
They got doged right off their channels. And it's just something you can just weep over, isn't it?
I mean, feel horrible.
Yeah, I feel awful. I feel so bad for them. And they're not racist one bit either. So, no. Anyway, let's go back to this car stuff instead. It was just a joke. Take it easy, Joy. Don't go suing me. Let's do a GTO story, Mike.
Yeah,
I know you love those things. I
love the Pontiac stories.
Yeah.
I'm all over this one. Yeah.
So Hot Rod Magazine, and here's the thing. I really had to search for classic car news this week because some weeks it's just the pickings are slim. Wait till we get to history. I'll show you. But anyway, supercharged LS7 swapped 67 Pontiac GTO is a mix of a classic American style and modern design. This is a GTO, a 67 GTO that this guy, they said that the military term is called mission creep. It's when you have a plan for something simple and basic, but it starts to become more and more complicated and involved as it progresses. And pretty soon it just doesn't even resemble the original plan. So that's what happened with this 67 GTO. This guy wanted to just, Steve Aguilar, his name was, he just wanted to, the car's owner, Steve Aguilar, just wanted the car custom built a little bit, and it just kept evolving and evolving and evolving until finally it's got an LS7 supercharged. It's got an incredible interior. There's one shot on the screen if you're watching on YouTube.
That's a beautiful interior.
And then the next photo shows the console is absolutely incredible. And what is that dial? Do you think it's a handling thing like they have in the newer cars?
I'm going to go with the radio.
You think it's a radio?
Yep, the radio navigation thing.
It's a it's a navigation thing. Okay.
Yeah, like the BMWs and the Mercedes, they have that little button. You click on it and you can go through the screen.
I see. Okay.
But
anyway, isn't it amazing?
That's a beautiful car right there.
Yeah, sure is. So anyway,
thank God for the Chevy motor he put in it.
Modern Euro design elements mix perfectly with classic American styling to create this GTO that fires on all cylinders. That's as good as any Kindig. Kindig did a great 67 GTO about 5 years ago.
It's really nice.
Is it me or does it look like it's leaning on the passenger side?
Yeah.
They all do.
Right?
They all do. Those GTOs, they all lean on the passenger.
He redid the whole suspension. It looks like it's leaning.
It does, but that car's tubbed, so it could be. That could be.
I mean, it's a nice looking car.
Oh yeah.
It's not sitting on level ground.
Oh,
that could be too. Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's probably in a pothole. We didn't realize it.
Is that the last picture, Jess? Is it? Go back one. I think there's a really nice picture of the. Oh, that's the engine. One back. No, that's the interior. There's a picture of the taillights. Everything's chromed, really nice.
That was the second picture that
was it?
That's
okay,
the best picture.
Right there.
Okay,
now see, the bumpers look like they're cut and tucked.
Yeah. That looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a great looking car.
Go back
really
one more.
One back.
One more.
Two more.
Keep going. Keep going. Right there.
Right there, yeah.
So is it off there too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look like it's...
See, the photo shoot's a little warped right there, you know.
Few people on the radio.
But see, I like the tire fitment's good.
Yeah. The car looks really nice.
And if you go back one more.
And it's Twisted 67 was the plate on that one.
See right there? Yeah. Even the headlights look like they're dipped in a little bit.
Yeah.
And see, the wheel stance is good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like that. I would...
I'd be afraid that the wheels would hit. You know?
I got one of those cars at the shop right now. It's got 18s in the front, 20s in the back on a 69 Camaro.
Yeah.
You can't turn the wheel more than 3/4 of the way.
Really?
Because then you'll hear the tires hit the fenders.
Yeah.
And it's like it stops.
Yep. I've had that happen when I tried to put on bigger wheels.
I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah, it's a great looking car. Anyway, that's at hotrod.com. You've seen, if you're watching on YouTube, you've seen the 10 pictures, photos. But if you're listening on the radio, you're out of luck. Don't try to do it while you're driving. But it's at hotrod.com. It's one of the featured stories at hotrod.com right now. And finally, Kevin Harvick of NASCAR calls out for accountability from NASCAR amid aftermath of Catherine Legg and Daniel Suarez. Now, here's the thing. I was watching something on TV on Sunday when that NASCAR race was happening, and I went, oh, I wonder how Catherine Legg is doing. It's her first NASCAR race ever, even though she's an experienced driver in many other style racing, like IndyCar, stuff like that, open wheel stuff. And she, right when I put it on, they were talking about her, and within a minute, she came up on top. She was down low in the corner, and she came up on Daniel Suarez and took him out of the race, took herself out of the race.
Oh, really?
So I only got to see her like taking one corner.
That's all she did. She did one lap and out.
But no. This was like further into the race. Gotcha. She lasted quite a bit. This was at where was that race? Phoenix. It was at Phoenix. Yeah. But she was in there for a while. But Kevin Harvick says, I think that this is this is part of the process. From an approval process, this is not good enough. He said, I think Catherine has a lot of experience in the things that she's raced in throughout her career, but she was really thrown to the wolves in this situation. Probably not the best car in the field either. Probably the worst car in the field you shouldn't run that car every week. So that's Kevin Harvick was not happy. I think she may have come up on Harvick as well. Or maybe he was talking about Suarez, but Suarez has won races. Suarez is not a bad racer.
Yeah.
So I guess
yeah, he was an Indy racer.
Suarez was originally, yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
And then I also read something about Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s grandson.
Oh yeah.
He's 12, and he's tearing up the tracks like crazy.
What's he getting, carts?
And no, it looked like a modified. It's the smaller, not the big open modified wheel cars.
Yeah.
But they called it a modified.
The little small cars that have like the bike engines or something.
Yeah, but he's tearing up the course. They think he's going to be up, do bush. I call it bush races.
I still do.
But it's not. But by 16,
it's
he's going to be up.
Now. Yeah,
Xfinity.
Yeah.
So you never know. We'll see. There's a lot of young kids coming up that are 15, 16, 17. I think Joe Gibbs's grandson is coming up too, and he's a young or great grandson.
Christopher Bell won this week. He's won 3 in a row.
3 in a row now, yeah.
Imagine that. That's a driver, but that's also a Gibbs car.
All right.
Anyway, that's interesting stuff. What do we got for time? Oh, plenty
of time.
This week in auto history does not exist this week. Why? Because I'm trying to just do American car history, because we are Classic Car Radio. We do American, and all the history stuff was from Europe. And I just, we do American cars, you know what I mean? Classic muscle, classic whatever, hot rods, whatever, but there was nothing in there. So this week in auto history, I wrote nothing. So we had nothing. So
back to Todd.
Oh boy.
You got this thing you're working on, right?
Yeah.
Now it's on a Tacoma frame?
Yeah.
Did you have to cut the frame on that?
Did we have to cut it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we took like 11 inches out of it.
Yeah.
And then do you take the 11 inches like from the middle and then weld them together?
Yeah.
From the middle?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was with the green? Is that an original color or something?
That green, well, it was originally going to be this Toyota blue, like a
Nissan
grayish
Aurora,
blue, right? But it's been a long time.
Like a 25 Murano blue.
And his wife's got a Jeep, and he liked the color. It's like an olive drab of the Jeep.
Yeah.
So we did that.
A lot of them came out that way, didn't they? Those are things.
I thought they were yellow. I thought a lot of them were
I saw yellow ones,
orange,
sure. Orange, definitely.
Yeah, they were a bunch of different colors.
But I thought the greens were more of an army truck kind of green on those things.
No, everything comes off that, right? The doors, everything.
The doors will come off. Yeah. This one's going to be a little unique. It's going to have air conditioning.
Oh yeah.
They didn't have air conditioning.
No. But it's got. What's crazy is the firewall and the floor and everything fit right into it.
Okay.
When we cut the firewall and everything out of the thing,
right?
It didn't take much modification to make that actually fit in there. It's pretty crazy.
Now, did you make a trunk for that?
The back area?
Yeah, because the engine was in the back.
It's all closed in.
So you got a trunk in there now.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why he's got removable windows for it. So those will go in the back.
Oh, okay.
So like if he wants to not have the windows in it, he can take and put the windows in there. A little bit of room.
That's pretty good.
So wait, the engine's in the front on this thing?
Yeah, it's on a Toyota
It's on a
drivetrain.
It's on
I see. You dropped it on I see. Now I get it. Okay.
Four-wheel drive.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll say.
Different,
I'll say. I got to look at it closer. I'll have to look at
It's
your
pretty
page.
cool looking. I'm seeing it.
Yeah. I'll be bringing it to his shop.
Bring it to Steve's shop.
Good.
We'll all check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in 2 weeks, couple weeks.
What are you going to do there with it?
Todd's
I
got to
gotta
finish it.
Oh, you're
I'm
going
getting
to finish it at his? I see.
I'm
I
getting
see.
evicted.
He's getting evicted in 2 weeks.
Right. That's true. Yeah. Oh, I thought you had someplace lined up to work
I do.
down
He
here.
does.
Finish it
I
up.
do.
Yeah,
Steve's
Steve's
shop.
My boy right here.
Okay.
I got my,
And now what's good now is because when people come and said, is Todd around? Steve could just say, yeah, he's in the back.
Yeah.
bro.
Nope, he went skiing in the Alps. Never came back.
Todd's in the back. Just send him back there.
Yeah.
And I'm too busy. Steve, just tell me I'm too busy right now. Go talk to my flunky, Todd. He's in the back.
Yes, I'll tell him. Yeah, send it back to me.
Todd the trainee.
Yeah, the trainee.
Yeah.
At least you were looking for painters. At least you got one for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I told him you prep him, man. I'll spray him for
There
you.
you go.
Yeah, I'll have the living legend himself.
Have gun, will travel.
Yeah.
What
All
else you got going on?
Well,
We
let's
gotta
go
on
into
break.
Tech Talk because we're going to go on a break and then we'll hit all these Tech Talks. And I apologize in advance to these guys that wrote in last week. We didn't get to any of them because we had Bill Mall on here because Bill was talking about the big show this weekend.
Saturday, the big show.
Saturday,
Can't
the
wait.
big show.
Big
There
show.
it is.
At the 46th annual show at the Riverside Park in Vero, right here in Vero Beach. So let's go on a break. We'll come back. We'll do some Tech Talk and stick around. We'll be right back.
Experience the magic of Hollywood's golden age. Riverside Theater presents Singin' in the Rain.
Good morning.
Filled with every memorable moment from the classic 50s film and a downpour of unforgettable songs.
Singing in the rain.
The greatest movie musical of all time is splashing onto the stage at the beautiful Riverside Theater. Singin' in the Rain is now playing, and you can get your best seats now at the box office or online at riversidetheater.com.
Get stoked, bro. It's the Downtown Beach Bash presented by GHO Homes. Catch the wave of fun and ride it all the way to downtown Vero Beach for this gnarly free street party with live music by Riptide, plus kids games, beer, food trucks, and prizes. We're not hanging 10, bro. We're hanging from 6 to 9 p.m. Admission is free. Sponsored by GHO Homes and Millennium Cremation Service. The Downtown Beach Bash, a Main Street Vero Beach event. Friday, March 28th, 6 p.m. Downtown Vero Beach.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
When the check engine light comes on, turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Time for an oil change? Turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Brake work, alignments, maintenance, and more? Turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Your certified service center specializing in alignments, repairs, oil changes, radiators, brakes, even auto electric repair. Just east of US 1 at 1212 23rd Street, Vero Beach. Turn to the local mechanics you can trust. Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach.
Hey, welcome back to the Classic Car Radio. Yeah.
What is going on?
Anyway,
I'm looking at Steven there in the.
He's like hiding.
I'll just sit here and take the blame. I got big shoulders. I'm all right.
all right, we're going to do some
Zoning
Tech Talk.
out.
Move over a little, Steve. You get the full effect.
I know.
There
I'm like,
you go.
all right,
There
all right, I'm
you
in
go.
there.
Now you're
I got a
in
big enough head. It should
He's
fit
a
the whole
lean
damn
to
thing
These
anyway.
chairs are different because they turn.
move.
That's
Yeah.
the
Turn.
problem. I'm trying to. Why am I so crooked on this camera? But
You move.
Graham.
Yeah.
I'm over here.
Now he looks like the shortest one in the group.
You're being profiled. Dude, I'm always looking at you guys, so I'm not looking at the camera.
Jesse's going to be moving the camera back and forth with each one of us.
Right.
The problem is
Yeah.
the way I sit, my legs are way out, bro.
Don't do the legs.
Keep putting me over there.
All right, what do you got going?
All right, we got some tech talk. Lou from Vero Beach says, I know my windows are fastened to the regulator with a glue of some kind, but after 40 plus years, it goes away. I wish I could just bolt the window to it, but please let me know what I can use. Year and make of the car were not discussed when he wrote this in, so
Right.
what do you use?
I don't know. How do you keep the windows?
How do you keep them in the
Keep
track?
the window in the track?
Yeah, well, like on the AMX, I have back windows on the AMX, but they don't go down; they stay in. So this guy, I guess, the glue must be coming off his
So
window,
Side windows.
and the windows are full.
See, I was thinking, because it says they're fastened to the window regulators. So I'm thinking it's the little pieces that go to the glass. You know,
Yeah.
some of the cars have the clips, some don't.
Right.
So me, I like the window urethane because it's the only stuff that really lasts.
Okay.
Yeah.
A urethane?
Yeah, super
window-
fast window urethane. 3M makes it.
There you go.
That's what I'm thinking. You know, the old-fashioned cars, 'cause it says it fastens to the regulator. It's the little clips
Yeah.
that glue the window to the regulator.
To the regulator?
Okay, so
Okay.
it's not. It's actually a window that goes up and down.
Yeah, see the
Okay.
regulator?
Yeah, regulator.
Yes.
Got it.
But what you're talking about, Mike, you would use the same thing to
Right.
put that in.
Yeah.
Oh, the same
Same
to keep
stuff,
the
yeah.
AMX windows up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to prime it. You know, they make a window primer. You'd prime it, and then you put your window urethane on and stick it in there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Send her home.
What else you got?
All right, Jerry in Vero Beach also says he has a 74 Nova with a 350 and had a 2-barrel intake manifold, and I bought a used 4-barrel aluminum intake and a used quadrajet and installed them with no problem. Starts right up. But as I was tuning it, I noticed a lot of white smoke. I found out that the aluminum intake was warped. So I bought myself a brand new Summit intake and carb, installed them without a problem too, but now I can't get the car to start. The distributor is set correctly. I have spark going to the plugs. There's gas in the carburetor. I'm running out of ideas. I need some help. What else could it be?
I mean, it really makes the car run is spark and gas. So I'm not
Right.
getting
It's
it.
got
Air,
spark
fuel, and
and gas.
spark.
Yeah.
Without them three, you ain't going nowhere.
And compression.
Well, yeah, compression, but if he had the compression before, unless
Yeah.
he dropped a bolt down in there or something. You know?
Hey, listen, I had a guy drive a truck in the shop, and when he go start it, the thing was locked up solid and pulled the spark plugs out. All the antifreeze came out, and he drove it in.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a guy actually, you know, I don't know if this is the case with this one, but a friend of mine put a new manifold on, new carburetor on, and then realized there was a clear film over the top of where the carburetor bolts down.
Oh, really?
So the carburetor was getting gas, but nothing below it was I guess the gas wasn't, and the car wouldn't start.
well,
So
that could be Jerry's problem.
I don't know.
I mean, he bought a new Summit intake and carb, so the carb might have it on the bottom of it, and the
might
intake
be.
might have clear plastic on top.
You never,
Squirt a
you
little
don't
gas
know.
down in it and see if it's getting gas. Pull
Yeah.
the
Right.
plug.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Is he getting spark?
I would.
It says he's getting spark. What do you think, Steve?
I would spray with some carb cleaner and see if it
Yeah.
starts up.
Right.
I've had carburetors where the floats are stuck up from the way they get shipped,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
as we call them, drop ship, Ace Ventured,
Yeah.
kick drop.
Yeah.
And I've had
Right,
the
right.
float is from they got so like Lily just dropped, the float was stuck, so it wasn't allowing the fuel bowl to fill up.
Right.
Gotcha.
So we had to take a little hammer and tap on the little metering block, and it finally you could hear the float thunk, and then you could hear the fuel pump, and it started up.
Just
Okay.
keep testing it.
And then the other thing is too, make sure you got the right intake, because there's different heads, like the Vortec heads and all that stuff look kind of similar, but you could have a huge, massive vacuum leak too, and you might have the intake gaskets upside down.
Yeah, well, he's got a 74 Nova 350, so it
Won't be Vortec.
shouldn't be Vortec.
Well, who says it's the original motor in the car?
Yeah, but nobody. You're right.
I got a 1952 Chevy pickup in there. It's got a 1993 Chevy Vortec motor.
Wow.
And that was the problem. They ordered the motor for it, and they ordered a non-Vortec, and the intake was different.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, check all these things we've been talking about. It's got to be something, Jerry, and I hope you haven't sat for 2 weeks waiting for us to answer. You might even have it, might even have that solved by now.
Bring it up
right?
Saturday. We'll check it
Poor
out.
Yeah,
guy's
there you
been
go.
walking
Yeah,
back and forth to
spray
work.
some
for
car
How's he going to
years.
get it there? He's going to tow
Them
it
guys on the
Saturday.
car radio show, they're slow to respond.
Keep going.
So
Keep
all
it
All
going.
right.
Keep it going.
Henry is up in Fellsmere, Florida, and they eat a lot of frog legs up there. I heard.
Smells, Mir.
Hey guys, I just tried my first full tank of 91 octane ethanol-free gas, and my 225 cubic inch slant six seems to run a lot smoother, idle better, and hot start better than before. I'm pretty sure my compression ratio is stock for a 68 engine. Will it help in any way? Or does it help in any way to make it run better, or am I just imagining things? You put in 91 octane for a slant six, what's that going to do? Anything?
Yeah.
Think it
Definitely
would
run better,
help.
especially without ethanol free, especially on an old school car.
Right.
Yeah.
They love it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It'll
then,
run
like,
fine.
you know, I'm not going to mention any names, but I still talk to him. He knows he's crazy. I tell him he's a loose nut behind the wheel all the time, but he'll actually sit there and he's got a little certain car, and he'll run 91 octane in it, and then he'll run 91 for like 3 months, and then he'll go back to 87 and mess with it. So he'll pay more for the 91 octane, and he'll figure out his fuel mileage because he's one of those, and he gets better fuel mileage with the 91, 93 octane.
So does he really?
Yeah, he spends more, but
Right.
in the long run, he actually gets further, so it saves him more.
Yeah.
Right.
So yes, it does make a big difference. And I know, like my supercharged Camaro, you put anything besides 91, 93 in it, that car is going to ping and it's going to be pissed off.
Oh yeah, my first GTO in 68 was high compression, and anything less than the 91, it would just ping, drove me nuts. So sometimes you go to a gas station and it would be out of the 91 back then, during the first 74 gas crisis back then. The embargo was going on. Sometimes there wasn't 91, and so I'd put, the next one, 89 or whatever it was, and it would still ping on that. I had to have that premium. So,
Yeah, you can't find those old Sunoco stations that used
I
to
know.
have.
Yeah.
Let's dial it up.
Yeah, you could dial them up. Yeah, that was so cool.
Also, too, like these direct injection vehicles, that don't have camshafts and all that stuff, they tell you right on it requires minimum of 91 octane.
Right.
And like Lexus has already had engine failures at 3,000 miles and all that stuff because people put 87 in them.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, so some of these Lexus, it has 4 little valves per cylinder, and the valves will actually, where the injectors are for the direct injection, they stick.
Right.
So the injector won't spray and it leans out the motor and burns the piston up.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, let's try to
race
get through
fuel in
these.
there. Yeah, keep going.
Donnie from Port St. Lucie says he's got a 65 Ranchero. He's already cut out the shock towers, installed the TCI Mustang 2 front end, and I have a 5.0 HO motor and trans out of an 87 Mustang that I'll be dropping into the 65 Ranchero. I have the PCM and harness, but don't want to run cat converters and all the smog stuff as I'm registered as a 65. Is there somewhere that I will reflash my PCM and delete all the stuff I don't need, or maybe an aftermarket PCM and harness? What do you guys know?
Any ideas?
You could trick this thing, but it's one of these things that you don't want to touch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll get fined on the automotive shop. But Google some stuff, you can find some simple tricks on these to bypass that. And these computers don't even know if the catalytic converter is there or not. Back in the day, they're too old. But there's a ways around them. You just Google it and find out about it. It's about a simple trick for about $14.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, one more, quick.
One more. Kyle up in Rockledge says, I was wondering what I could do to repair chips in my paint. I have a 71 Le Mans Sport dark blue. Here we go with the blue again. Instead of just dabbing on some paint, I was thinking about using an airbrush. I don't know. What do you guys think?
No.
Airbrush? No.
No.
Yeah.
Got to put hardener and everything. He's got to match it up, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, this Saturday, we're all going to be there, well, except for Steve, maybe.
He'll be there.
Saturday, March 15th, Auto Show, 10 to 4, the 46th Annual Antique AACA Show of Indian River. At the Riverside Park, Vero Beach, 19 classes. Drive out hunger, bring some food. Set to go.
See you there. I'll be judging 65 to 75, so bring your cash.
And also, Sunday, March 16th, up in Sebastian Review Park is having a car show real quick.
All right.
And that's from 10 to 2.
You got 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
Okay, we are Classic Car Radio,
See ya.
WAXC. We are out of here.
The Patriot. Yeah.
Trump.